it's been a two-possession game. They're just trying to run out the clock, and nobody can stop them.
Well, he's running. I mean, they're just running inside runs. It's not like they're trying to, run sweeps to take time off the clock. They're running right at the defense, and if St. Bonaventure can't make a tackle, that's their problem.
And you know what? I'm going to break out the record book here for Centennial. Glad I printed this up. Something told me to print it. But this might not be a record so far. I'm going to give you a second to peruse this. You're going to have to take all those guys out afterwards to Applebee's.
He got over 700 yards in the first two games.
Well, the school record for touchdowns in a game, Romello Goodman had 8 against Chaparral in 2011. That ball is loose, but it looks like it's covered up by the folks at St. Bonaventure. So the rushing touchdown record, Romello Goodman with 8. And the total touchdown game would be 8. And we've got a player down here for Centennial. See if I can find right here single game rushing. Single game rushing. Terrell Jackson. Remember Terrell? Wound up going to Oregon, didn't he?
I believe you're correct.
413 yards. As a matter of fact, this is the third different player in Centennial history to rush for over 400 yards. Terrell Jackson had 413 against Redlands, and Ryan Bass, who we talked about earlier, 2005 against Rancho Cucamonga, 401 yards. So at 427, this is, in fact, a school single-game rushing record here for Trey Watson. He completely rewrites the record books here.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, he may get another opportunity. This game ain't over.
Well, now he's trying to get Romello Goodman's record of 8 rushing touchdowns in a game.
Yeah, Anguiano getting up and coming off the field. Good to see him walk off the field on his own locomotion.
All right, here's our slate of games next week. Our crews are going to be right back at it. It'll be Southern Section versus LA City Week. Our live game in high definition, 7:30 p.m. modern day at Carson. That's on channel 354 in the Los Angeles area, 825 high definition here in San Diego. And then midnight, San Diego section. Torrey Pines looking for their first win of the year. They're at Del Norte, who has struggled. New school in Forest Ranch, which is in the Poway Rancho Bernardo area off the 15. Ricky Town to throw, and Town completes it to Alston. And the Seraphs are still alive here with 4 minutes to go in a 69-48 ball game.
69-48.
Now, see, I'm not complaining because earlier this summer I did a women's football championship game for the folks at ESPN, the fine folks there, and it ended up 81-50 was the final.
There are a lot of high school basketball coaches that would love to see their team score this many points in a basketball game.
Town dumps it off on the screen to Chambers, and he should be gone for a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. You know what that means? It means Trey Watson's going to get another chance with 3:46 to go.
I told you he was going to get another chance.
Oh, this is ridiculous. 34 yards, and Chambers is in again. And I'm going to stop writing this down.
Hey, Chambers is putting up some yards tonight, all-purpose yards, receiving and rushing.
Oh, my goodness.
If you're a defensive coordinator, you're going to have to go to your dentist because you're just gnashing your teeth down possession by possession.
All right, I have stopped keeping track now. And yet I think I'll have to write down a couple of more touchdowns here. Back to a two-possession game at 69-55. I've never seen anything like this, Coach, in 30 years covering high school football.
What do you do if you're a defensive coordinator of these two teams? I mean, you got to be just pulling your hair out right now. I mean, even though Centennial's winning, if you're a defensive coach, where do you start? And let alone go over on the St. Bonaventure side.
Trey Watson, 33 carries, 427 yards rushing. That's a school record and 7 touchdowns. He's 1 rushing touchdown held by Romello Goodman, who against Temecula Chaparral 2 short years ago had 8 rushing touchdowns. Trey sees himself on the big board here. I know it's all smiles here, but it's a 2-possession game.
Romello may be watching this game and, wonder if his record's going to be tied or maybe even go down.
That's what I thought. If I'm Romello, I'm going, hey, there's absolutely no way anyone's beating that record.
Usually by the time you stick around to score that much, it should take you out anyways.
Yep. But there's really been no chance. I mean, they tried to take him out early in the quarter, and the best thing that happened for Trey Watson was fumbled by his backup. Right, Adam Miles doesn't fumble that ball, giving St. Bonaventure that short field touchdown. We're already out here on our way to Coco's.
Well, Michael Johnson, the senior backup, he had an opportunity to play. Just instantly handed off. He threw one pass. He handed off. There was a fumble. All of a sudden, boom, he's out of the game.
With short field, Trey Watson could have 75 more yards rushing here, which would put him up over 500 in a game if he somehow takes it to the house.
Wouldn't bet against him the way he's running right now.
As strange game you will ever see. And here's Weber. And Weber breaks a big run, and Weber goes down to the 45-yard line. It basically now will prevent Watson from getting over 500 yards here. So the full position.
If I'm Coach Logan, I'm just keeping it on the ground. I got plenty of points. Just run the clock.
Well, that's what he's doing.
The problem is they keep scoring. But the other problem, even when they don't score, they get a first down, so it stops the clock.
They've got to do something about their defense because they gave up 42 points. And that's right, you scored 79 and you scored 60 last week. Back-to-back game over 60 points. You've given up a mess of points. This team last year scored 70 points in 2 different games in 2012. And that is Watson adding to the total now, adding to that school record. That carry of 10 yards now gets him 436 yards on 34 carries.
And limping around a little bit, doesn't seem to be bothering him. The other thing I like about him, he's a pile mover because he's got that great leg strength. Even when he gets tangled up in a pile, that pile still going in the direction he wants it to go.
One of the greatest rushing performances you'll ever see in high school football. Now, I'm sure there's some guy Texas that probably ran for 700 yards, but Watson runs for the first down here. But this is amazing, especially against the level of competition he's facing. St. Bonaventure, no slouch. I mean, this team was the #1 seed in Pac-5 last year and lost on Thanksgiving weekend to Fug to Muttered Egg.
And I always take high school records with a real grain of salt because sometimes you got some, phenom playing against guys that are 140, 145 pounds.
Right.
To really, see it, believe it. And some of the high school records, even though they're great performances, they may have not been performed against all that tough a competition.
And Watson gave him 12 more yards. Took a big hit, though, after the play when he was on the ground.
That's not the case here tonight with these two teams. These are two legendary programs here in Southern California.
449 yards rushing and 36 carries for this young man. The thing is, if his dad's superstitious, he's going to want us to come to all games now. Just tell him about the TV schedule.
Yeah.
Better get out of here before he locks it down for the rest of the year. 69-55 inside of 2 minutes ago. And Watson will get another carry. And Watson continuing to run, and he's down to the 12-yard line for another first down.
Wow. He just flies, doesn't he?
He does.
I mean, he's in great shape. He spent a lot of time working on his body, getting himself in condition. You can carry the ball, 37 times tonight. Coming off of what he did last with 33 times, taken out of the game now. You got to be in great condition. He's in great condition. That's a heck of an effort.
37 carries, 468 yards, 7 touchdowns, an average of 12.6 carries, 12.6 yards per carry for Watson. He'll play next year at Cal.
That's an incredible effort.
Now back, certainly he's still on the ball. And this is Adam Miles, who had just as much to do with his record here for Watson as Lye or anybody else. That untimely turnover, which made it a 2-possession game earlier in this quarter.
And he just kneel on the ball or take time out. They're probably going to delay a game penalty here is what they're going to get.
And Miles squirting through inside 10 down to 9-yard line, and that very well could be the final play of the game.
Wow, what a ball game, huh?
What a night for Trey Watson. Number 1, 37 carries, 468 yards. Over 2 carries, over 2 games now. 70 carries and over 700 rushing yards. And there's number 1's mom, Pat, sitting down to the left of us. Watson has 70 carries, 787 yards, and 12 touchdowns through 8 quarters of football to start the 2013 year. It was a wild one, and 69 points scored for Centennial. They give up 55. They wind up winning by 2 touchdowns. The final score from Oceanside, Centennial 69, St. Bonaventure 55. In our Reed Football League Game of the Week, we return to this.